just a podcast underground. Cheap minds buzzing, webcams blurry. Put it out there, no need to worry. Fine, K66.9 is no joke. Audio so rough, makes your ears choke. But they keep talking, voices ain't broke. Budget keeps microphones stroke. We ain't got cash, just passion black. Audio crack. Rock this podcast. Crack the podcast. Crackling audio, background invite. Authentic sound in the dead of the night. Listeners tune in, nothing's ever tried. Raw and pretty, not pristine or light.
Yeah, right. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Budget Podcasting with Clay and
Kevin. I'm Kevin.
Kevin. Yeah, that's Kevin. Yeah, it's so hard to get
Yeah,
that right.
it is. You'll mess it up the first time. So I'm Kevin,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you are.
Clay. I
There you
am
go.
Clay. Oh, wait, no.
That-
Yeah, I'll just go like this and then I'm safe.
yeah. Oh,
So
so
tonight, go ahead. Go
no,
ahead.
no. We were talking about earlier this week, since Clay went on vacation, sort of recharged his batteries. We took a week off. That is what our topic of conversation is going to be about tonight. It's about, sometimes you need to take time off, recharge your batteries, come back with a clear mind, come back refreshed.
Yes. Regrouped.
Yeah.
Your thoughts are all put back into place. I can't say that mine are put back into place, but I do have a little bit of a fresh, you know what I mean? A fresh feeling. So,
I will say, not doing this last week, I was missing it. Like, I
yeah.
almost did a live by myself just to be on here in front of camera
You should
talking
have.
to you. I should have, but then again, it was also the start of football season, so I'm like, I
There was
watch
a little,
football.
well,
I watch
that's
football.
what, like I said before, before we went live, I don't follow sports, man. I don't know nothing about sports. And so there was three of us. There was supposed to be four. There's four guys that we're trying to do this every year now. We did it in August
hmm
or October. We went to North Carolina. This year was down in Florida. I'm not real crazy about next year. What they're planning for next year is not my cup of tea. So I'm going to try to fight it. But they want to go to Montana and get a cabin that is off grid. So there is no cell service, there's no internet, there's no the power is actually run off of propane. All the lights in the house
Mm,
are those old like lantern filament bags, those little like you
hmm
would turn on a gas lantern. That's how the lights are.
Midnight, you're gonna be out there here. Kill, mom.
Yeah. I just
Kill,
don't
kill.
I don't know. It sounds like a good way to decompress.
hmm
Um
I
I
don't
don't know
know.
if
I'd be stressed. I'd be
I don't know if
stressed.
I don't know if I want to do that. I'm going to be wondering, is anybody trying to get a hold of me? And you know what? Maybe that's exactly what I need is something that's just going to limit that. That's not going to
hmm
allow me to do it. How you doing, Pamela Hicks? Good
Hey,
evening.
Pam. How's it going? How's life treating you down there in Florida?
I just came back from Florida.
Mm-hmm.
We were in Dunellen, is the town that we got the Airbnb at. But
Very cool. Very cool.
dude, so like I was saying, it's normally four of us. One couldn't
Mm-hmm.
make it this year, and we hung out all weekend. Didn't do nothing. We didn't even go out to eat for any meal the entire time.
Really? So you like went to the Piggly Wiggly and got yourself
We went to
some.
Winn-Dixie and picked up whatever we needed. But he one of my buddies he brought 2 racks of ribs.
Ooh,
He brought
nice.
he brought venison burgers, plus regular hamburgers. He brought mahi fish.
Mm-hmm.
He brought what else did he bring? He brought mahi and halibut that he got in Alaska that was in in his freezer.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so we had the best food. Like this guy can cook really good.
Mm-hmm.
He smokes
Well,
meat. Go ahead.
well, mahi is that's one of my favorite fish. That and grouper, one of my favorite
Okay,
seafood fish. Yeah, yeah,
grouper is his main. Red snapper and grouper is what he is cooking at the house all the time.
yeah. I love me some grouper,
So
blackened
he
grouper on a sandwich. Oh,
you just said so we had the mahi tacos.
mm-hmm.
We had blackened mahi in the smoker, or no, he did that on the grill, and we also had the halibut was blackened.
Usually we end the show talking about food. Now we're
We're
starting the show
starting it
talking
off.
about. Should this be budget podcasting and food?
We could just start calling it gourmet budget podcasting.
Wilderness
But
camping, cooking over open fire. Yeah, me and Pam actually used to go camping all the time, out at a place called River Ranch there in Florida. And man, there's nothing like cooking on an open fire, throwing some steaks on an old grill, on an old grate, and letting it
yeah,
cook.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
throwing some potatoes and onions with a little butter and garlic
Did you
in
ever
a
do
tin
those?
foil.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
gonna say the tinfoil thing with the
mm-hmm.
potatoes, the onions, and some butter. Mm-hmm.
All right, so that is our food talk for the night. Oh, and I used to steal Pam's Malibu all the time, so that was always fun.
Excuse me if you see me drinking a lot tonight. I'm super thirsty because of what I went through yesterday and
Mm-hmm.
today.
Little dehydration, I get it. So I'm
Yeah.
drinking cherry Coke Zero, so that is what I'm drinking. So what's everybody out there drinking?
I'm drinking vitamin water,
Vitamin water.
triple X.
This is, well, I can't say that because I did have some rum earlier today, but most this week, all I'm drinking is like water, like Gatorades, stuff like that. Anything with electrolytes.
Have you tried Gator Light?
I have not tried Gatorade yet.
That is the
Uh,
best Pedialyte you'll ever have.
I've done the Propel, I've done the Liquid IV. A lot of what I'm doing is like the powdered stuff in water.
I've got a
Um,
bag of that liquid IV
yeah.
downstairs, but I haven't used it.
But yeah, so Clay took that time off. He came back and man, we were right up to the wire talking about his trip before we hit go live.
Yeah.
But you could tell he was also invigorated to get back to doing this, something that he enjoys doing. I enjoy doing this, talking with you guys about budget podcasting, equipment and advice. So yeah, this is also a Q&A type show. So if anybody has any questions whatsoever, please feel free to ask us. Clay, so I got a question for you.
Okay.
What are you talking on tonight?
Aha. This came in the mail today. I have been waiting for it for about a month. It is a Behringer SL85S handheld mic. The reason I'm so excited about it, $13.90.
That is a steal of a deal.
Yeah,
What's it
and this
normally
is the
priced?
sound. I think it's like $25, so it's like $12 off.
Oh, that's
So it's
still.
not an expensive microphone at all.
So basically, it's half off.
Yeah.
Half off. And that sounds amazing.
But I do have processing on. I've got the Vocaster hub running with the radio mode. I guess this is what it sounds like with nothing. So
A little thin, little
a
thin.
little thin, and then you just throw that processing on there, and this is for $13, $14. Let's call it.
Yeah,
It's a pretty good
and
mic.
yeah, it really is. So myself, I am using the brand. Ooh, it's plugged in. I am using the Fine M8, M9,
M9.
M9. Yeah, I just reviewed the thing and I couldn't remember the name of it. The Fine M9. It's a lavalier microphone. This is the other microphone that comes with it. It comes with two mics, the receiver, which I have running through the Rodecaster Duo, and let's see, I do have processing on it right now. Let me go no processing. Hold on, and so this is what it sounds like with no processing at all, and this is what it sounds like with processing on it. I have it in broadcast mode right now.
Sounds good. The broadcasting helps.
Yeah. I mean,
I
it's
mean
a
the that's not what I meant to say. The processing helps.
I knew what you meant. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it is a lav mic. No matter what, it's gonna be a little roomy, a little not as full. But I'm still testing this out. This is really the only lav mic I have that's worth anything. The only other one I have is from Temu, and I'll never use that again. It's just pure. I mean, it's like a dog ate plastic and pooped it out because it's dog shit. That's what it is. It's
Really?
yeah. It's not very good. So, how's this one sound, everybody? Does it sound good for a lav mic? I mean, fine. I mean, should I do the no?
What's that?
The no of the noise reduction?
Oh, do you want to? You already let out your review, right?
Yeah, my review's
Yeah. Go
like,
ahead.
yeah.
Show them.
So this is noise reduction off, but this is the only drawback with this particular lav mic is the noise reduction. I'll turn it on. One click, and this is what it sounds like with noise reduction on.
I am your father.
R.I.P. James Earl Jones. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
R.I.P. James Earl Jones.
If you'd have did that with that on, it would have been perfect.
Yeah, it's not very good, Pam Hicks. I got something to talk about off air. I don't want to broadcast it on air, but I do have something to talk about this lav mic to you, Clay, that I just thought about. Right. Remind me, because it goes back to something else that was a discussion a while back. So,
okay.
So if anybody wants to get a full review of this microphone, definitely go check out Back to the Retro Review, and my review's there. Yeah, I'm gonna plug the shit out of my channel, so and just so I mean, that's why we've joined forces, is to do a budget podcasting show and promote ourselves.
So I lost a subscriber today on the Clay Island Chronicles.
Oh no!
Yeah,
well,
I was all happy because it's been climbing over the last 2 weeks. I've gained probably 15 or 20 subscribers, and then
nice.
And then today I noticed that it went down one, and I was like, "What?"
All right, I'll go back and resubscribe.
Oh, it was you bastard!
No, it wasn't me.
But you know that feeling when you see that, it's probably okay when you have over 1,000 subs. When you've got 137,
everyone counts,
and you open it up and it's 136, you're like, oh, it's like such a deflation.
Mm-hmm. Pam Hicks, go check out the Clay Island Chronicles.
Yeah.
If I'm not, yeah, plug both of your channels, Clay.
So I'll go ahead and pull them up. There's the Clay Allen Chronicles and the Clay Allen Review, which is where I do gear reviews, tech, mostly just audio stuff. But that channel I've had for the longest. I've had that one for 10 years.
Yeah, and Pam, you would really like his chronicles. They are
So
very uplifting type messages. I've that's kind of how me and Clay got together. As he did a message to a podcaster, and it was so heartfelt that me and him started conversating, and we became friends, and we started this podcast. I think you would really enjoy that, Pam.
how do I add it to the? Why is it not showing it?
You got to hover over it down at the very bottom.
Yeah, it just says remove.
Why does it say that? Let me go to layers. There we go.
So, Pam, this is it right here, the Clay Allen Chronicles. And I'll go ahead and show you real quick. There is plenty of stuff to watch on here for a little bit. And it's all kind of like motivational, inspirational. So I talk about courtesy. I talk about what it's like, when you're over 40 or trying to do YouTube. This is the Clay Allen Chronicles. So, now I'm back to 137.
I told you I resubbed.
Was it really you?
No, it wasn't.
But anyway, you can take it out if you want.
Okay.
Or I can just remove it.
Yeah, I got it.
Anyway, that's the Chronicles. That one is I like that one the best, but it's the smallest. So
It's the most. You'll get the
she
most
said you're
out
welcome.
of it.
It was her.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
It's back to 137. Thanks, Pam.
Yes. Moving on up
Yeah.
to the sky, to a deluxe apartment in the sky.
This guy, yeah.
All right.
I was gonna say that's gonna spark a whole nother conversation,
It-
man. You
it
get
is.
me talking about Barney Miller and Welcome Back Carter.
Yeah, those two I never really watched. Those.
I had to because my dad was watching them.
So growing up, I lived with my grandfather. It was me, my mom, and my grandfather. I watched a lot of Columbo, Rockford Files, Matlock, any.
Simon and Simon.
I never really got into Simon and
Oh,
Simon.
I loved that one.
Yeah. But it was one of those shows. All those detective show. In the Heat of the Night is one too. Just it brings back so many memories of me and my grandfather.
Oh,
So
that's cool.
anytime I see something like that, it's.
Did you watch
it's a good memory.
Lady Hawk?
No.
No, that was a good one.
No.
Which you MASH? Yes, MASH.
MASH.
Definitely MASH.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Hot Lips Houlihan was fire.
Radar.
You
great show.
he only had a finger missing or something like that, right?
Who? Radar?
Yeah.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah. He had a
I may have
disfigured
noticed
finger.
it back then, but Hogan's
Heroes. Yep, I remember Hogan's Heroes. Yeah.
Three's Company.
Mm-hmm.
Laverne and Shirley.
Oh yeah.
Schlemazel, whatever the rest
Hoss and Pfeffer
incorporated.
Incorporated.
Yeah, something like that.
We're gonna do it. Okay.
Yeah, that show is where I got. I drink Pepsi with milk because it's good. Don't knock it till you've tried it. But that was their favorite drink. They would have
Okay.
Pepsi with milk.
You know what?
You do like half a thing of milk and half a thing of Pepsi.
Okay. I'll try it one day.
You should.
You
should.
I mean, have you tried the peanut butter and ham sandwich yet?
No, hamburgers. That's what I saw it on. It was hamburgers. Some woman made like these really good burgers on Instagram, and then she puts a big old, like a huge spoonful of peanut butter on it. and they're
So good.
supposed to be really good.
So good. So, does anybody have any podcasting questions?
Yeah.
I'll try
Anybody?
to steer it back. Yeah, try to steer it back a little bit.
Pam,
Yeah.
do you have any podcasting questions?
Anything at all?
Because Back to the Retro review chimed in, the Clay Allen review chimed in, and the Clay Allen Chronicles chimed in. Chris chimed in, but none of those guys are saying much else.
That's true. How can you get started? Okay, the easiest thing to do, Pam, you got a phone, you use it, press play. Press play. That's the easiest way to do it.
Hit record.
Yep, hit record, not play. Hit record and just record yourself. Make sure you have a topic of conversation. Just hit record. Start a YouTube channel and post. It's it's really just that simple.
Your
That is
first videos will be cringy and yucky, but you just keep making more. You learn, you watch it, and then you watch some other stuff. Could be dangerous. Yes.
Knowing you, yes, it could. But technically, those are the things that that hit. Those are the things that catch on quick. And once you start doing that and you start getting comfortable in front of camera, talking to an inanimate object, then you can work your way from there. Get a small computer with a webcam, and then work your way up to a cheap USB microphone. Then work your way up to a microphone with an audio interface, such as what Clay is using or one of these. If you really were interested, I could set you up for a full setup for almost under $100.
Yeah.
Don't push the big red button, Pamela.
That's the one, though.
Yeah, that's the one you hit. That's record. But yeah, I mean, it's all about being comfortable in front of a camera. I know when I first started, I was super nervous. I thought I had to be more professional than I really need to be. Just be yourself. Be who you are. No, that's a misconception. That is a big misconception, Pam. You do not have to get a great setup. She
She's like,
says
"I'll send
I
you
have
some
a
money."
great setup. Yeah.
Yeah, she said you have a She said she's gonna send you some money, and then you can just buy everything and send it to her.
And I can. I mean, it's
really easy. Like we could. Where we at? This one right here is the K669D.
Mm-hmm.
What, $36.99?
Yeah.
That's $36.99. Where is it? Oh.
Well, technically, I would have her start off with something like the toner that you can upgrade
That's
to
either
XLR.
or. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually better. Yeah. Stay away from this. Then you've got stuff when you do get into this. This one is the Fine SC1. The SC3 is probably a better catch because it's got a little bit of processing you can put on it.
Mm-hmm.
But they're all around $50. So you could get a mic. You know, if you do the USB mic, you just need to plug it into your computer and that's it. You don't got to do nothing else.
And the microphone I just showed you, Pam, this one right, I just put it away. This one right here, this is a $40 microphone, and it sounds amazing. It has a USB connection to where you just put it into your computer or phone. I think this will record into your phone.
No, it'll go. Yep.
And when you're ready to upgrade to a more, I would say, more bit rate connection and more clear connection, you get yourself an XLR cable and an audio interface, and this one is ready to go.
It's cheap. Start off with your phone. The only thing is eventually you're going to want to graduate to getting a USB mic or something so that you can get a little bit better sound, because if it sounds too horrible, you're going to have a hard time getting people to stay and watch your videos, because it's that, you know what I mean?
you would rather have better audio than video starting out, because if people listening to you have a hard time either a understanding you, or say there's a lot of wind, a lot of background noise to where it's just not distinct in what you're saying, then they're not going to listen. It's going to be distracting.
Yeah.
They're not going to want to listen to what you have to say. So I would start in a empty room or a living room, if there's no one around, and just put a phone on a little stand on a table or the kitchen tables. Go into your kitchen and do it that way, and hit record.
And I suggest if you're gonna go in the kitchen, throw like a blanket down on the table or a
Mm-hmm.
towel, just anything to kind of make the surface below your voice not reflective.
All right. And
And
you'll,
then
the more you do this, the more you're going to get into it, and you're going to want to learn how to be better. So you're going to learn, like treated rooms and all this extra
all
stuff.
kinds of stuff. Yep.
Yeah, I'm still learning, and I've been doing this over 5 years.
You
So
have carpet, right?
I do have carpet. A
Yeah.
carpeted
So
room is always best.
those are things that you start thinking about down the road when you've made a few videos and you're watching your videos and you're comparing them to other videos that you've watched and you're like, how come I don't sound like this? I hear this like echoey sound or this hollow sound. That's why, because they've got a lot of books in their room, or they've got furniture in their room, or they've got acoustic panels, and then
Hmm.
you just start slowly and then even when you get into that, it's still cheap. The acoustic panels I have, they're like, I think they're less than $20 for a pack of 12.
And Clay's walls that you see behind him, tell her what those are.
Those So my entire room I'm surrounded with, it's, you see that black material back there? It's moving blankets that I bought at Harbor Freight. I have one, two, three, four, five blankets that were all $13, roughly 13 and change. So
Apparently my beard acts as an acoustic mat, according to Mr.
yeah,
Crispers.
yeah.
I mean, technically it does. I mean, especially
Into that,
I'm using a lavalier microphone, so it kind of does.
and the lav is up underneath that beard. You can't even
Yep.
see it.
Yep. See it right there.
That's funny because when I did my trip last year, when me and my buddies went to, it was North Carolina, but it was in the Smokies. Me and one of them sat on the back porch and recorded a little mock podcast session.
Mm-hmm.
And I had these wireless mics that just plug into your cell phone, and I had mine clipped underneath my beard. Nobody could even see, because my beard was a little longer at that point.
That's awesome.
It was funny, yeah.
I should have done that for the microphone review. Should have just clipped it to my beard.
Yeah.
I didn't think about it then, but And I thought about that when I watched your review earlier, when you were holding it without its windscreen. It sounded so much different compared to when you put it on your lapel. And yeah, your beard. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was talking about
So
the review.
it's a
Yeah.
good windscreen.
Yeah.
It's like the dead cat.
Yeah, it's an extra dead
Yeah.
cat. Yeah, it's an extra dead cat. Yeah. If you don't know what a dead cat, Pamela, is, or anybody out there, this is the top of the lavalier microphone. It's just a furry. Here, let me. It's just a
There it
furry
goes.
piece of material that goes over the tip of the microphone, and they call it a dead cat just simply because it's furry. But it helps knock down the wind getting into the microphone and stuff like that.
They're best for like going outdoors. But
Hmm.
yeah.
Which is why in my review I didn't use it inside, because you don't need one. Technically, you don't need one when you're inside.
Not the dead cat.
Yeah. Dead cat on just the tip. Really, just the tip. Yes. Yes.
So she said, "Thank you, you freak, you freaky." She said, "Thank you very much. I'm sure I'll have many more questions. Glad you said cat. Yeah,
Oh,
dead.
yes.
Yeah. Oh,
Yes.
instead of something else.
Yes. And it is cat. Dead cat.
Oh man, I'm
Was
so
that Harvey
thirsty.
I seen in here? Let me comments.
Harvey?
Yes, yes. Yeah, Harvey Hooligans. How's it going, Harvey? How's it going, Harvey's Hooligans? Hope you're having a good night. We're just talking about budget podcasting. If there's any questions you may have, this is a Q&A episode tonight. Usually we kind of have a topic of conversation, and we kind of had one in the very beginning. It's about when you are podcasting, to make sure that you don't get burnt out. Make sure that it's okay to take a break to where you can go away for a little bit and come back and feel recharged, which is what kind of happened last week.
Yes. Yeah, last week I went down to Florida and hung out with the family a little and hung out with some friends.
Did you
And
die of heat?
oh my God, man, going to Disney and Epcot was so nasty, like nasty. It was so hot. Like
Humid
by
too, I would imagine.
by 11 o'clock, we stunk, and it
Mm-hmm.
was just, and we didn't have anything. You bring as little as possible. You don't want a lot in your pockets because it's going to weigh your pants down. Everything's going to be heavy and awkward. So we didn't have like extra deodorant or anything, and it was just like, ugh, and you could smell everybody else. I,
Mm-hmm.
I was I was not thrilled.
And then waiting in those lines just so tight and
Yep.
ugh.
The whole day was, both
And
days was waiting.
and the bugs and the skeeters and all that stuff. Yeah,
They weren't bad.
really.
Yeah, I didn't even notice any at all.
Was it love bug season yet down there?
Yes. Yeah, I was very proud to tell everybody about the love bugs. I was like, hey, look, it's love bug season. This and this and this and yeah.
Oh, I remember over 40 years of love bug season. That's enough. Drive your car to the dang Walmart and have to wash it because it's covered in love bugs. Yeah.
Mr. Christopher said that's where you messed up. You went to Disney in the heat and you didn't bring Kevin along. You could have stood under his beard. It would have been like the big
Like a,
things that like a sheik wears, to keep the sun off of his back in the
I could have lifted
desert.
it up and it would have been like a tiki.
Yeah. But yeah, it's the Monday, was it Monday? Wait a minute, Monday. Yeah, Monday. When we came back from the boys' weekend, we went for an airboat ride.
Oh, you know what? All the years I've been in Florida, I don't think I've ever been on an airboat.
Yeah, that's Florida.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't realize it, but that's Florida. Like that's the Florida I grew up with.
Oh,
I didn't grow up on the West Coast. Disney,
No.
like I went to Disney when I was a kid, but like I knew Florida like swamps,
Mm-hmm.
gators, airboats, hunting,
That's where it's at. Oh my God.
frogging.
Some of my best memories are of me camping with my uncle and aunt and just in that heat, and it's just memories. I love it. Going hunting. Oh, it's the best thing ever. Best thing ever.
Now, that's where you're gonna get mosquitoes. Yes,
Mm-hmm. And ticks.
hunting in Florida.
And ticks.
Yeah, ticks, chiggers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what combi airboats is.
Cumby airboats.
Yeah, I don't
Swamp
know.
buggies, yeah.
Yeah, well, my cousin's got a swamp buggy. My cousin lives down in the swamp. He's like, he's got 7 or 8 kids. He's got an airboat. Yeah, he's like true southern Florida, like how it used to be.
Yeah.
He's still that way.
my uncle had a swamp buggy, one of those ones that's just those huge tires on it, and you can go almost anywhere in those things.
Yeah.
And we basically did. I remember riding four wheelers and three wheelers out there. Just it's the best time ever.
Oh yeah, it's fun. That's where I grew up. I mean,
Hmm.
when I say grew up, I spent the moment I could drive. Actually, even before that, I was going with other people that could drive. We were
Hmm.
mudding. We would go camping just about every weekend, even though it was hot. We would go camping, bring food, and we would stay out there all weekend long,
Man,
swimming.
yeah, the
Just
stories I could tell, man. The stories I could tell.
Harvey's hooligan said he spent a year in Okeechobee. He said that was a learning experience. If you're not from Florida and you spent a year in Okeechobee, that's rough.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
Okeechobee is out there for one, and it's probably got the highest
Yes,
population of
Pam.
rednecks.
Yes, Pam had a nice friend. I'll say that Pam had a really nice friend.
Girls half dressed. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Oh, so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
It was man. I remember. Okay, so we had a camp out at River Ranch, and to get to it, you had to go down the main, what we called the main grade. It was basically people bought a piece of land out there, and it was over 100,000 acres out there. And you bought a piece of land, but you could put a camp up just about anywhere. And you would have to go this main grade to get to your camp, and it was it had rained a few times, so there was like holes. I remember my aunt going through this thing with her Bronco, sinking her Bronco because somebody went through with one of those swamp buggies and just tore it up to where it was so deep.
Yep.
Her Bronco just sort of it it it
That
it
tip
was filled
over.
with water. It was
Oh,
filled with water.
I've
It was
had my truck when
crazy.
I was a kid. I had a 1970 F100. It's basically the F-150 back then. It wasn't a small truck; it was a full size. But the F100, I had it. I had a 4-inch lift, and I only had 33s on it. But I would take that thing, and I would have white caps rolling off my hood because I
Mm-hmm.
was so deep in the water. There was a. I'm sure everybody's heard of the compound. It's been all
Mm-mm.
over YouTube. It's made the news because there's been a lot of deaths out there. That's where I'm from, is Palm Bay, and there's a
Mm.
section out there called the Compound. If you look it up on YouTube, you're gonna
I'll
find a
probably yeah.
whole bunch of stories. And that's where we used to go party. And there was a lake out there that they had. It was like they strip mined for something, and then you know how Florida's got a low water table or a shallow water table. So
Mm-hmm.
once they were done doing what they did, they just flooded it, and it was about an 80-foot deep lake, and there were sections that you could drive through the water out to islands if you had a big enough truck. So only
Right.
the elite could get out to the island, and I was one of them. And it was,
Nice.
dude, you would drive out there. The coolers are floating in the water in the back.
That's the best time ever,
Uh
man.
huh. Uh huh. And
Good
then you make
times.
your way out there and set up a camp and
Mm-hmm.
party on the island.
Oh, good times. Yo Cholo's in the house. What's up, G?
What's up, man? Harvey's Hooligans says the KKK is real in Okeechobee. Yes,
Yeah. Yep.
it is. In
And Polk County
Okeechobee,
too. Polk County too.
not
Which is,
just Okeechobee.
you know what? The KK is real in Florida.
Yeah.
Yes, Pam, just
Not a
stumbling
good
around
thing.
out there.
Yep. That's what we had. We had that, and we had this section of land. There was this one part of town that the road, it was called DeGroot, and it went like miles and miles down. It went south, and then it went east,
Mm-hmm.
and then it came back north. It was like a big horseshoe, and it was DeGroot, and then it turned into San Filippo, and in between it was nothing, and it was miles of nothing. So you're talking like a whole area of like a whole section of the county with nothing out there, and that's where we used to go partying. Now, today, there's a whole city out there. They tore down all of our woods, and and that city's been there actually for probably 20 years now.
Yeah, there's
It's
so
called
much. That's
Bay. I can't think of it now. Bay something. You got Bayside.
Bayside.
Yep.
Yeah, that's one reason why I left. Is there's everything's growing up so much in Florida. It's getting
What's up,
way
Miss
too
K?
overpopulated.
Yeah.
Way too overpopulated, so I had to leave. Yeah, we got Miss K in the house. We got, let's see, who else? I thought I saw someone else pop in. Maybe not.
No, just
No,
Felix.
Miss K. Miss K's been playing her. I can't remember the game. It's some robot game. Sorry, Miss K. I can't remember the name of the game you've been playing. Just got it in, actually. Yep, big changes, Pamela. Pamela's had to make some big changes here recently.
What part of Florida is she in?
Pamela? She's in Polk County, but I'll let her answer. Even though I just did.
Yeah, she's in Polk County, but I'll let her answer.
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't tell me what town, so I was just curious. I don't know Polk County very well, so.
I bet you've heard of the sheriff, Grady Judd.
No.
No?
No.
Man.
I know the sheriff of where I'm from because I thought everybody knew him, so maybe
Maybe.
Brevard County, the guy that's always talking about everybody needs to have guns and
Grady's the sheriff who a cop killer ended up getting caught and they shot him. And in the press release, they said, "Why'd you shoot him 81 times?" He says, "Why'd you shoot him that much?" And he says, he said, "Well, we shot him so much because we only stopped because we ran out of bullets."
I was just gonna say because I ran out of bullets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see, Miss K is in the house. Yeah, she's been playing Astrobot. That's the name of the
Astrobot.
game. Yeah.
Pam said Winter Haven. So I've been to Winter Haven.
That's where I
I
grew
just
up.
didn't know it was in. I didn't know it was. I don't know the county.
Yeah, that's where I grew up. Good old Winter Haven, Florida.
Yep, been to Winter Haven.
Home of what used to be Cypress Gardens and
Yes.
is now Legoland.
So I've seen Legoland. I've went right by it.
Yeah. That
But
used to be
I didn't.
Cypress Gardens.
Yep. There's also out that way. You start going out 27 somewhere. 27 runs through there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you start heading south, I believe. There was an orange grove that I used to go out and pick up cardboard bales from. And every time I'd go out there was a BP. I'm going back to food. There was a BP gas station out there that had the best potato balls. And have you ever had those?
Yes. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, they had like corned beef hash in the bottom.
Listen, some of
They were
those
so good.
out the way gas stations had some of the best food. I
Yeah.
mean, some of the best food.
My daughter just chimed in. My older daughter, she's got her son here. She said he's beyond amused by this. It's probably like,
Oh,
because that's
good.
Grandpa.
That's awesome. Yeah, Pamela Hicks, egg rolls. But are you a big chicken gizzard and liver guy? No?
Nope. I can't do that.
I am. Like, I
There's
love,
a lot of people that are, yeah.
Well, yeah, especially if you grew up in the South, and a lot of us are like that. Yeah, man, I love me some chicken gizzards, but some of the best ones you can get are like at these little rundown gas stations. They're the best.
Ugh, I can't.
See?
I'm getting like,
Pam's with me.
you know that weird pain you get like here when you're about to throw up.
All right, I'll stop.
I
Yeah.
don't know why. I just never got into that. But that's a Florida thing. I mean, that's not just a Florida thing. That's Tennessee, Georgia, Mississippi. They're all into that stuff.
You know what we don't have here? This is Texas, right? I'm in Texas. What we don't have here that I miss in Florida. Okay, Texas, Okay, apparently Texas is the South, but they're not the South. They're Texas.
Yeah,
It's
no, they're different.
yeah. They don't have a lot of places that have boiled peanuts.
No, no. You don't.
I
You'll
l-
find that in like the Tennessee,
Pam knows. Pam
the
knows.
Carolinas. Yeah, and boiled peanuts are great.
I love boiled
Yeah,
peanuts.
a lot of people haven't tried those, but
Oh,
they're good. They're really good. And you don't see a lot of in Tennessee. There was a lot of roadside barbecue places, and there was like some of the best food you could ever get is at these little hole in the wall barbecue places.
what makes a boiled peanut different? You eat the shell? No, it's
No,
just boiled in
soft.
either. Yeah, you
They're
open.
wet
You
and they're
kind of
soft.
You kind of like
So
pop the whole thing in your mouth. You kind of pop it open,
you're
suck the
eating
juice out,
soft,
and
wet nuts.
yeah, and you're sucking the juice off of them. So
Yeah,
yeah,
doesn't that sound great?
jeez. So does anybody have any budget podcasting questions?
Nope. Tell us
No,
more
we're
about the wet nuts.
no. Okay, so boiled peanuts they're boiled in either a salty brine or a Cajun brine, and you boil them for a few hours so they do get soft, and it's I don't know. There's just something about them. It's kind of like I don't know. It's kind of like how people like sunflower seeds, but these are boiled peanuts. I guess I
They're
don't.
good.
It's
Yeah,
hard.
it's just
Yeah,
different. I don't know. It's different and good, but I mean,
it's a southern thing. I guess kind of
yeah.
like putting peanuts in your Coke.
I've never done that. I've heard of it.
Oh yeah,
But they've got to
I've
be
done it.
salted peanuts, is what I heard.
Yes, salted peanuts,
Yeah, if it's not
and it
salted
has to
peanuts,
be,
then it
and it
doesn't
has
work.
to be Coca-Cola. It cannot be Pepsi.
Makes sense. Coke is
Yeah,
more. It's got more carbonation, more
it
fizz,
has more of a bite to it. It has
and I
more of a
feel like if
bite
you
to
put
it. Yeah,
those in Pepsi, it would just flatten it out and ruin the Pepsi.
yeah.
Coke can take it. Yeah, salty is better. Yep,
I fully agree.
salty wet nuts. So
Yes, that you suck on, that you suck on.
it's uh, yeah,
This shows
nothing
we're
nothing
gonna
to do with budget
yeah,
podcasting.
nothing at
Moon
all.
pies. Do you remember they had banana?
That's my favorite one.
Yeah,
That's my
banana moon
by far.
pies, strawberry moon pies, chocolate moon pies.
Love them.
Boy, RC cola.
I seen some in the store the other day. I almost bought some.
RC cola, Tahitian treats.
I don't know that one.
Oh, that's the fruit punch. It's like a carbonated fruit punch.
Maybe I was never a big fruit punch person growing up.
Maybe it's not carbonated because I used to get it in a carton. Like it came in
Maybe.
in like a milk carton. I remember
Maybe.
when we used to we'd go to the Grant store, which was right on US 1 in Brevard County. Well, actually, I think it might have been Indian River County. You'd go in there, and we would go in with just pennies that we found, and we could get candy. We could get a Tahitian treat. We would usually get one of each. The pickled eggs, the pickled eggs, and the pickled sausages, the hot sausages.
Oh, so good.
We'd get a sausage, eggs, some candy, and a Tahitian treat, and go
And,
sit by the river and eat it.
Anthony Lewis says now they have pumpkin spice moon pies.
What? I like
I'd
pumpkin
try it.
spice, but I don't know. That's just not. It's like it's
I
anti-American. That's not American.
No, it's space because it's a moon pie.
Space.
Space.
Yes.
All right,
Yeah.
so
So
we
see,
got.
Miss K has heard a Tahitian treat. It's good,
There you
man.
go.
It's good.
Never mind.
What?
I was gonna say something, and then I thought about it, and I'm like, no, that's gonna sound bad. So let me rephrase it. Miss K, do you like boiled peanuts?
And where's Mrs. K from?
I believe she's from Florida.
Okay. Yes, she is. If she's born and raised in Florida, she'll know boiled
Yeah.
peanuts. If she's not, she might not know it. Not really.
All right. You know what I do miss? I miss being able, because where I grew up, I could walk across the street, pick an orange from the orange grove, and just have the orange. Can't really do that anymore, and I don't know a lot of places that you can do
You
that
used to
in
do
Florida
what?
anymore. Just walk across the street, and because in Florida, back when I was growing up, just about everywhere in my area there were orange
Oh,
groves.
yes, we did the same thing as kids.
Yeah, just walk across the street, pick an orange, come back. It was stealing, technically, but no one cared. But
No,
I
they
miss
didn't
being
care.
able to do that. No, they didn't
We
care.
used to, when we were kids, like 10 to 12 years old, we would ride our bikes to the mall from my mom's house, well, from my house, but it was about 12 miles. And we would leave in the morning, and by the time we got to the mall, they were opening up. But to keep us hydrated, we would stop along the way, jump. Every orange grove had a ditch and a
Mm-hmm.
fence around the outside perimeter, so you'd have to jump over the ditch, climb the fence, start popping oranges off the tree and tossing them over the ditch to your friends, and then jump back over, and then we'd all sit there and eat oranges and carry
Mm-hmm.
on, and then on the way back home, it's 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and now we're hot and thirsty again.
Do it again, yeah.
Yeah, we do it again.
There's nothing better than those fresh oranges, man.
Yeah. Well, you
They're
weren't
so
gonna
good.
you weren't gonna pull over on the side of
Or
the road and get water out of the ditch
no, no.
because it was hot and full of amoeba.
Okay, but I enjoyed, like, if I found a tangerine tree, to me those were the best. Like a tangerine, because
Mm-hmm.
you would get the oranges, and sometimes you'd have like a row or two of tangerines mixed in
Yeah.
with them. Oh,
Have you ever had a
that was like,
tangelo?
yeah, I have,
It's like a big tangerine.
and it's
Peels nice
so
and
good.
easy. Oh yeah, so good.
Now I
I
want,
had those in my yard.
now I want some fruit. No, I really
Yeah,
want
I
some
had a
fruit.
navel, I had a tangerine, and I had a tangelo tree. And I would every day when I came home from school, I'd go out there and eat probably 10, 12 oranges.
What I don't like, and I've never liked, and people keep telling me, "Oh, get the ruby red grapefruit." I've
Oh, I love
never.
grapefruit.
I do not like grapefruit at all.
I love it. But to each their own. You never
Yeah,
never did it with like where you cut the grapefruit in half and put sugar all over it?
I just couldn't do it. I don't know what it was. I just never found the taste for it.
Mm-hmm.
Canna,
Yep.
cantaloupes. I love it. You know,
Mango.
I love good melons, like a nice, ripe, firm set of melons.
Yeah.
Oh,
Are we talking about
like,
fruit?
yeah,
Yeah.
watermelons and cantaloupes.
We had Pam said mango trees. What's that
Hmm.
fruit in Florida that looks like a star and it's long and it's really sweet? Is that
Is that in Florida?
yeah, yeah, because I had a tree in the last time I lived down there, I had a tree right in the yard. And if you like
River Ranch melons.
River Ranch, they were like kind of elongated, but if you looked at them from the end, they looked like a star.
Starfruit.
It's just called star fruit.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
That's
We
what
had
Pam
those.
says.
We had those, and we had Anthony Lewis said starfruit also. We had guavas, and
Hmm.
my grandmother would pick the guavas. She had 2 guava trees, and she'd pick the guavas off the tree and make guava jelly and put that on our toast.
Man,
It was good.
I love. You know what I really like is like going to a flea market or something like that and getting jams and jellies fresh made at those things, or homemade jams and jellies at like a farmer's market or something like that. Those are the best.
The what? Homemade jams and jellies?
Hmm.
Yeah, and dude, my grandma's guava jelly was like so good.
All right, guys. Yeah, sure, you are Kevin
Melons.
Mullins. Listen, Florida has a lot of melons, all
They
right?
do.
Es-
They do.
Yeah, watermelons especially. Like I remember sitting on my front porch, eating a watermelon, spitting the seeds out, and then a couple weeks later, a watermelon plant started growing
There
there.
was a school, an elementary school by my house. I didn't go to it because when it was built, I was out of elementary.
Hmm.
But they had like this I don't even know what it was. It was a fenced in thing and it was like a big tank. Looked like a water treatment tank or something. It's probably what it was because inside that fence was filled with wild watermelons. And they were the round ones.
Hmm.
And they were like dark red and super, super
Oh,
sweet.
those are always the best.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. All right, guys, before we get off of here, because it's coming up on the time, and there's more people in here now. So what we are talking on is I am on the brand new Fine M9 lavalier microphone. You can see it right there.
Right there.
Right there, the brand new lavalier microphone. That's why I don't have one in front of me. I'm wearing it. How does it sound? What are your impressions of it? If you want to know more about it, go check out my video review that I have on my channel, Back to the Retro Review. And Clay, what are you on?
This is the Behringer SL85S. You can get it currently on Amazon for $13.90. There was a back order issue, so I had to wait about 3 weeks or so for mine to come in. But this is a $13, let's call it $14 microphone with a little tiny bit
Nice.
of processing on it.
This one, Pam, it is normally 83, but right now it's like 74, something
Something
like
like
that.
that. I
Yeah,
thought it was
something like that.
65, but yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah, it's around there. I can't remember the numbers right offhand, but it comes with a nice carrying case, a nice premium carrying case, all the connections you may need. It comes with a charging case and storage. It comes with actually two microphones and the receiver. So it comes with a lot. So, but I will say, anybody who's listening, don't use noise reduction. Do not use
No,
the noise
not on
reduction.
that microphone.
This is what it sounds like with noise reduction on. No? Yeah, no, this is what it sounds like.
Do it real
And
quick.
so,
Before you turn it off, lower your voice and go, Luke, I am your father.
Luke, I am your father.
See?
There we go.
There's another option. The Fine AM8. That's a USB combo.
It is. Matter of fact, I'll be maybe in 2 weeks. I'll be giving one away here on this podcast. An AM8.
Hang on real quick, Mrs. K. I'll show you. Not the 84C. Do I have it pulled up? Yes, I do. Let me go like this. Mrs. K. All right. Can you pull that in, Kevin?
Yeah.
It's
So
still
what
not
it
giving
is,
me
just
a-
so you know, it's you go under layers and you have it clicked off the little eyeball.
So right there, Miss K, it's the Behringer SL85S dynamic cardioid microphone, and it's got an off and on switch. There you go, $13.90. So it's
Amazing
44%
deal.
off. Like I said, the only drawback was I had to wait. It said it was back ordered, so it was like 2 weeks. And then at the end of the 2 weeks, I got a notification saying that it was out for delivery, or it was en route, and then all of a sudden it got lost,
Oh,
and it was lost for about a week, and then a week later it finally shows up. It showed up today.
yeah. I mean, amazing deal. I mean, $13 for that sounding of a microphone. I like
Yeah,
it.
no. Sounds good. I'm reading Harvey's Hooligans saying, great tips. I hope to be trying to make some videos from the track when we start racing. I got a tripod and a mic. Yeah, man. Just
Very cool.
start making them. Use your phone. Use whatever you got.
Yeah, the biggest tip we could give you is hit record. That is the biggest drawback. People think that they need, oh, I need this equipment, I need this before I get started, I need that. You got a phone. Everybody has a phone. Hit record. That's all you
Yep.
need. That's all you need
Yep.
to get started and go from there. Build
And then
your
everything
equipment.
just kind of, yeah. It
Build
comes with
your
time.
equipment.
And the stuff that me and Kevin have, most of it's really not even that expensive.
It's budget, hence
Yeah.
the name Budget Podcast. The only thing that I have that is not budget is the Rodecaster Duo, and that is definitely not budget.
No, it's beyond budget.
Yeah, that's.
But I mean, even
it's a bit much.
the Vocasters that I have now, they're well, they last I knew the prices had gone back up, so they weren't as budget, but they're still kind of budget because if they're under $300, I guess it's considered a budget interface.
Let's see. I'll check out the link in a minute, Mr. Crispers, when we get done here. I don't want to be on my phone while we're doing this. Let's see. If you want a wireless version of the Behringer, the Phoenix Pro Dual Digital Wireless, $54.99, and it comes with 2 mics.
With 2 mics. So that's
Very
pretty
cool.
close to the original price of this, which was $25.
And or if you want a nice lavalier mic, you can, to where you're not having to worry about holding anything.
Yeah.
The fine M9.
I use the 8 mic version on his live stream. Yep.
Look, there's so many different options out there. Fine and Mayano are probably your best bet when it comes for budget options. I would stick more to Fine than Mayano, depending on what you're looking for. I just feel like Fine's quality is a little bit better, but it's personal preference.
For cheap gear, they're definitely up there.
And that's
quality.
definitely just personal preference.
Yeah.
All right, Clay, do you have anything else?
No, I'm looking at the chat comments. We're pretty caught up with that, and just so everybody knows, we are getting ready to call it a night. I do have coming up soon. I'll have a review coming up on this microphone here. That's it. That's all I got, man.
Yep, and my microphone review is already live on Back to the Retro Review. Came out this morning. Next week will be a webcam that I'm reviewing.
What did Miss K? What did she order?
She ordered the microphone that you're using.
Oh, this one here.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Cheap.
Oh, you know what, Chris? How was Vid Summit? I messaged you, but I don't think you ever messaged me back. So I got ghosted.
Yeah, Chris was out at Vid Summit.
I got ghosted. Chris ghosted me. It's okay though.
Chris ghosted you?
No hard feelings, man. Just saying.
Miss K, you're not gonna
busy.
be disappointed with this thing. What are you using for an audio interface? Is she using the SC3?
Yeah, I think she is.
I think she is. So she'll be able to play around with it a little bit.
Can you go through, while she's on here, can you go through no processing, radio clean, and all that on the
Mrs.
Vocaster?
K, this is for you. Right now, I've got the enhancements turned on in the Vocaster hub. I'm using the radio mode. I'll go ahead and go down to clean. This is clean mode. You can tell a little bit. It kind of thins out a little. Thin mode. This is clean. We'll go to warm. This is warm mode through the Vocaster hub. And then we'll go down to bright. And this is bright. This is what it's going to sound like on bright mode. Yeah, radio seems to be the best one for this one because I'll go back to radio.
Can you do it with no processing?
This is what it sounds like in radio. I'm going to do it with no processing next. And this is with no processing. So this is
no
just what it's going to
processing,
sound like out of the box.
It sounds really good with no processing, but that radio mode, If you have an audio interface, Miss K, that can give it a little bit more, or an
Bass.
OBS that can give you a little bit more low end on it,
Yeah.
just a slight little bump to give it a little bit more presence, makes
Yeah.
that mic right there sounds really good.
Yeah, because this is nothing on it right now, Mrs. K. And then I'll go ahead and switch back to radio, and this is what it sounds like on radio, and that just gives it like a whole kind of sounds like a totally different microphone.
It rounds it out very
Yeah,
nice.
I like it. Sounds good.
Yeah. All right,
So
guys, I do believe that does it for this week of budget podcasting with Clay and Kevin. So for Clay, I am Kevin saying, if we don't see you again, thank you for being a friend.
good night.